Check it out. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of painting. We're working on the ugly truck and we're setting up so that we can do another patina paint job on it. And I figure I'll work out the bugs on the front hood. That way I can get my paint adjusted, my paint pressures adjusted, and see how it's coming out on how we're going to do it. Basically on the patina paint job, we're going to go to the areas where the paint is flaked off and is rusty. We're basically going to treat that metal. Then we're going to go back and put a rust color paint on there. And then we'll take and put our light gray primer down. And then we'll put our color down on top of that. We'll sand it back down to where it reveals the rust colored paint, and that way it'll look like a rust spot. However, it will be coated, it won't be actually a rust spot, it'll just look like a rust spot. And we'll tinker with our hood to see how it comes out and to make adjustments as needed so that we can do the rest of the truck. But basically this is the state of the ugly truck right now. I have gone over the whole vehicle with 80 and 220, and we'll go with a 300 plus grit sandpaper after that, and then we'll wipe it down with some Scotch-Brite pads. But today this is the hood that we're going to be working on. Definitely want to treat and coat the underside of the hood. Got to get it clean, got to get all the excess paint off, and we'll paint that first. And we're just going to go with a flat black base coat. We're not going to patina the underneath of the hood because nobody looks at that anyway. All right, so that's where we'll be working. Hang out with us and we'll go through this together. Alright, we've got some bad edges, like right here. I'm not going to replace that. I'm just going to grind down the sharp edges. And then I'm going to get a dolly and maybe a wrench, try to straighten up some of these edges, make them consistent. So go ahead and watch along.
Program is brought to you by Patina Family Dental Center, here to serve your family.
Okay, this is what I've got right now. I've tried to in the past I've used a paintbrush and put it on real thick and heavy to get texture, and I found that texture carries on and it's not a good idea. So I like to I paint it on a little bit and then I roll it flat with a foam roller. I don't like this. It looks a little bit too blue to me, so I'm going to try to mix up a darker color and see if I can get a darker, rustier brown. Okay, once more at it here. Yeah, I think you can see the difference here. The get in the light, but yeah, I was able to take that blue out. I added more orange and red. I'm a lot happier with that. I think that's going to work good for us. So we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to put another coat of the dark brown on, and then we're going to shoot it with the gray primer, and then with champagne gold. Okay, we have gotten to the point now where we have the color coat on. The rough areas were painted with the dark brown, and if you look real close you can see the differences in texture. So we're going to after this dries, this is champagne gold. After this dries, we're going to go ahead and start sanding and we'll get down to at least down to a lot of the white primer, because that's the color burns off, leaves the white primer, and then underneath the primer we'll go a little bit deeper and expose some of the rust colors. But basically that's what we got. And actually the artistic part starts when you start sanding it down. In the past I've sanded what I thought was too much down and showed too much patina, so I think I'm going to minimize the patina this time and basically go from there. Get an idea of what we're doing with this hood, and then we'll do the rest of the vehicle. Alright, this is where we're at now. I basically started sanding, scuffing it down. I also ran a green scratch pad over all the other areas to take the shine off. And basically what we've done is we've basically sanded through the heavier textured paint down to the multiple layers of color that we put down, and this is what we have so far. I think I'm going to leave it at that point, and then once everything's on the vehicle, then I can decide if I want more or less. It's going to be a little bit hard to do less because you've already taken the paint off, but we can always spray a little color on there in patches and then scuff it back down. But basically right now I'm going to soap it real good, wipe it down with some degreaser and set it aside, and then start working on the truck. Okay, just wanted to give you another look at the patina on the hood. It's in a slightly different position and better or different light. Just take another look at that, and let's go over here. We've been working on the doors a little bit. This area here was trimmed down previously, and it was no longer a straight angle, so I had to tack some stick welding wire, basically by breaking all the flux off of it and using that wire. I tack welded it in place, and then I bonded it with panel bond epoxy, and now I'm going over it with some Bondo just to clean it up and smooth it out. Also did the same thing over here on this top edge to take and get this level. We'll run a straight edge sander over it and get that all at one level, and then we'll be able to start masking this off. And I think that we'll do the jambs first, paint them black, get them all scuffed and cleaned up, paint them black, and then we'll start looking at putting color on the truck.